Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Prabhupada has quoted that. How again it takes to devotional service? Bhagavad Gita 790. And he understands Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, is end all and be all. He has come to personal conception of the Supreme and how to serve the Lord through devotional service. So he is Jnana Vimukta Bhakti Parama. After taking to devotional service under the regulative principles, a person may come to the platform of spontaneous love of Godhead, following in the footsteps of great devotees like Narada and Sanaka and Sanatana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead then recognizes him to be superior. The devotees who have developed love of Godhead are certainly in an exalted position. So he will do Raganuga Bhakti and eventually come to Bhava and Prem Bhakti. Of all these devotees, the gopis are recognized as superior because they do not know anything other than satisfying Krishna. Nor do the gopis expect any return from Krishna. Indeed, sometimes Krishna puts them in extreme suffering by separating himself from them. Nonetheless, they cannot forget Krishna. When Uddhav comes, that time he has brought message to gopis from Krishna. And that time the gopis are saying, oh, we are not interested. One bumblebee also comes there, black bumblebee comes there. So immediately Radharani says, oh, this Uddhav is like this bumblebee. That fellow has sent this bumblebee to convince us and tell us that he is not at fault and he still loves us and all. But we will not listen to all that. We are not interested in Krishna. We don't want to remember him at all. We want to forget this Krishna. Oh gopis, let us forget this Krishna. He is a debauchee. He is gone to now city girls in Mathura. He is mad after them. He forgot us. What a unloyal person he is, unjust. So let us forget Krishna. We have nothing to do with that Krishna. And like that, they want to forget Krishna and talking about Krishna only. And Uddhav is wondering what kind of talk and what kind of action. They are saying we want to forget Krishna, but they are going on talking about Krishna only. And that bumblebee for some time disappears. Then Radharani becomes disturbed. Oh my God, the bumblebee will go to Mathura and will tell Krishna that Radharani is so angry. She is saying that we want to forget. Gopis are saying we want to forget you. And Krishna is a debauchee. He forgot we village girls in gopis and he is mad after city girls. So if bumblebee tells all these things to Krishna, Krishna may become upset and he may not want to come at all or may not want to do anything with us. If there is some possibility of his thinking of us and coming back, that also will be eradicated. Because bumblebee will tell that gopis are very angry. Oh my God, I did big mistake by speaking all these things. And then after some time again bumblebee comes and she feels okay. Maybe Krishna is not angry. He has sent again this bumblebee. So she changes her demeanor, her mood and all that. But they are so much in love with Krishna. Nonetheless, they cannot forget Krishna. When Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura, the gopis became most dejected and spent the rest of their lives simply crying in separation from Krishna. This means that in one sense, they were never actually separated from Krishna. In English, they have a saying, absence makes memories grow fonder. Absence makes memories grow fonder. The memories become deeper and fonder, more intimate, when in the absence. Like how many of you observed that when vacation starts, you are very eager to go home. But after going home, after a few days, you are fed up with all the things, mother and all that. And then after the vacation, you come back here, again you think, oh, at home it was so nice. How many of you seen? It happens like that. So absence is better. संभोग से ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण या बढ़कर है विप्रलंब. Service in separation. That is the mood in Gaudiya Sampradaya. And gopis are the best example of this because they were always merged in separation from Krishna. That is the reason Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura to exhibit the topmost practice of devotional service, of service in separation, Vipralamba Seva by gopis. All the Brajavasis, Nanda, Yashoda, everyone, particularly gopis, and in that Srimati Radharani also. If you see Mathura and Vrindavan hardly, now we have 15 kilometers. In those days they must be going by walk and all. That will be hardly 10-12 kilometers. So close. Why didn't gopis go there? Why didn't Krishna come back? Because this highest ecstasy of service in separation was to be shown to the whole world. Brajete Prachar. There is no difference between thinking of Krishna and associating with him. Rather, Vipralamba Seva, thinking of Krishna in separation, as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, is far better than serving Krishna directly. Thus, of all the devotees who have developed unalloyed devotional love for Krishna, The gopis are most exalted, and out of all these exalted gopis, Srimati Radharani is the highest. No one can excel the devotional service of Srimati Radharani. Indeed, even Krishna cannot understand the attitude of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he took her position and appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just to understand her transcendental feelings. These are three internal reasons for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in this world. He did not understand Krishna, that how Radharani serves me and she enjoys more. What is the secret? I cannot understand this secret unless I myself become Radharani, take her mood. And when Radharani came to know Krishna is going to appear on earth by taking my mood, then she comes to Krishna and says, "Oh Krishna, you don't understand how much I love you. In love for me, when you take my mood and appear on earth, you will go mad, you will roll on the ground, there will be scratches on your body, lot of problems. I will cover your body with my complexion." So Sham Sundar became Gaur Sundar. Radha Bhavadyuti Swalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Radha Bhav. Radharani's mood he accepted, and also duty, complexion, Kanti of Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. She is Gaurangi, fair complexion, golden complexion. So Krishna came with that golden complexion, he became Gaur Sundar. In this way, Srila Rupa Goswami gradually concludes that Srimati Radharani is the most exalted devotee of Krishna, and that her kunda, like Sri Radha Kund, is the most exalted place. This is verified in a quotation from Laghu Bhagavatamrit, Uttarakhand 45, as quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnus Tasyaha Kundam Priyam Tatha Sarva Gopishu Sarvaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Just as Srimati Radharani is dear to the Supreme Lord Krishna, Vishnu, so her bathing place, Radhakund, is equally dear to Krishna. Among all the gopis, she alone stands supreme as the Lord's most beloved. Therefore, everyone interested in Krishna consciousness should ultimately take shelter of Radhakund and execute devotional service there throughout one's life. This is the conclusion of Rupa Goswami in the 10th verse of Upadeshamrita. So take VRS and make one hut on the bank of Radhakund and stay there. But after becoming Bhav Bhakta at least. You have to reach Asakti stage. While being in ISKCON Dhanbad. Brahmacharya Ashram or congregation member. Then you can shift to Vrindavan. Okay, any question on this? It's a simple and a lot of philosophy which you all have heard.
By doing pious activities, one goes to the heavenly planets. If they take animal birth in heavenly planets, that would be it is also suffering. That is not anything.
I don't know what it takes to take animal birth in heaven, whether it is the same kind of punya with little shortage, something like that. I'm not sure. I never heard like that.
Second question is, gross materialist better or Mayavadi is better?
Oh, gross materialist is better. Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadhi. Mayavada Bhashya Shunile, Oyo Sarvanash. मायावादी का भाष्य सुनकर हमारा सर्वनाश हो जाएगा, इतना खतरनाक है वो. कृष्णा अपराधी है. ग्रॉस मटेरियलिस्ट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. ओके करेगा, एंजॉय करेगा, आफ्टरवर्ड्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस लिमिटेशन. इधर नहीं, ये नहीं तो कहाँ है, आएगा वो इसको अंदर में. आफ्टर वर्किंग हार्ड इन कोल माइंस तब काला काला हो गया, स्नान करके आ जाएगा शाम को.
One boy just asked me, like, Bhaum Vrindavan is when, like, Krishna has done his last time. So, Bhaum Vrindavan and that Golok Vrindavan. Like, when Golok Vrindavan has come, everything is coming up, Govardhan, Yamuna. So, what happened there? Is there back?
That is there, no?
Because that's what we can say.
In fact, one who worships here as a sadhaka, he has Krishna also and Gauranga Mahaprabhu as his hero. So he will be having two forms there in Golok Vrindavan. In Vrindavan also he will be there, and in the Navadvip section of Golok Vrindavan also he will be there. He will have two manifestations. Same Jiva will have two forms there. He will be in Gaur Lila also in Navadvip, and he will be in Krishna Lila also in Vrindavan. But one who worships only Krishna, he will be in Krishna Lila, Golok Vrindavan part. And one who worships only Gauranga, he will be in Navadvip Dham, there, Golok Vrindavan I am talking. One who has both, he will be in both. Same soul in both Leelas, Gaur Leela also and Krishna Leela also.
So currently this Golok Vrindavan, I mean Bhaum Vrindavan also same and Golok Vrindavan.
It's a part of that, it's the same, one and the same.
So means like Krishna lives which one? Like that one or that one?
Lives.
Means like
Or leaves.
Leaves means like Krishna
Everywhere,
never lives.
both. Yeah.
Means like it
Here he is in the bhava stage. He cannot understand, he cannot see Krishna now. Only pure devotees can see. There he is there actually also. If you go to Golok Vrindavan now, you can see him.
we can say this means for like duality is not there in spiritual
Hmm.
in spiritual area, duality is not there. It's like 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. We can say.
1
Because
plus is not 11.
means there also Vrindavan.
That is synergy, we say 1 plus 1 is 11. Golok Vrindavan is Nitya Dham. Krishna always resides there. गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्म भूतो गोविंदमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि. He is living in all divinity also. Golok also. Hare Krishna.
Like we see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, so even Hanuman also comes there, like one of the devotee of Lord
Murari Gupta.
Murari Gupta. So, but like as far as like philosophy we understand, like those who are worship of Mahaprabhu, they are in the Lila of Mahaprabhu, and those who are worship of Krishna, they are Hanuman, worship of Lord Ram.
But when Lord Krishna comes, all the incarnations are with him. So naturally their devotees also will come. Na? Their Lord is there, they will come. Especially Gaur Leela all come.
So like these devotees also have all the understanding of like Golok Vrindavan and everything, but still like they are more attached to Lord Ram.
Hmm. Yes.
Like where do other dhams lie? Like first of all, the dhams that are mentioned here, Mathura, Vrindavan in the previous verse, they are the places on earth compared to Vaikuntha in spiritual world. Is it like?
There also Golok Vrindavan also has Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip, Dwarka.
So
And here also we have all of them. This and that is same.
So like other dham like Dwarka and South, like Tirupati, etc. All are above Vaikuntha.
There are Vaikuntha planets there. Not like Tirupati is there, Rameshwaram is there, and Kanchipuram is there. They are all Vaikuntha dhams. And from there, Lord Narayan comes in different form. So here those holy places are there where he manifests himself. And then he goes back to his Vaikuntha. Sometimes Shirodaksha Vishnu may come, Varadaksha Vishnu may come. But Golok Vrindavan is that way, comes as it is. Golok Vrindavan, and in that Jagannath Puri comes, Mayapur, Navadvip, and then Vrindavan, Mathura. They are all there in Golok. If you read Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrut, Gop Kumar's pastime, you'll find all the description when he goes from Saket Dham, Lord Ram's Dham. He goes to, he's going to several places. Jagannath Puri, he's going to Dwarka, and from Dwarka he directly goes to Vrindavan only. So there everything is there. But that is not true for the other places. Tirupati, Rameshwaram, not like that.
Just like doubt for that Mahaprabhu wanders all over India, and he goes to even places where Lord Krishna might not be there in conjugal mood, or like in
That is
South.
preaching purpose, na? He's going to give them Krishna Bhakti.
Like why did not he ever go to Dwarka?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why will he go for Dwarka? Already there Krishna Bhakti is there, no? Dwarka, the Gujarati they say Krishna is Gujju. हमारे गुजरात के अच्छा इस द्वारका ओके तो वो ऑलरेडी कृष्ण प्रेम में मैंने कृष्ण भक्ति कर रहे हैं ये साउथ इंडियन में सब राम वाले विष्णु वाले उनको सबको कृष्ण भक्ति देने के लिए महाप्रभु एंटर.
So like we have that song that you sung, that let me take to the places.
Gaur हमारा ये
Chaitanya
समझ में,
Mahaprabhu.
so we'll also go to South India, preach there in Warangal, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai.
So therefore, like
We have our voices there.
devotees would not like to go to Dwarka or at least Gaudiya Vaishnava.
Krishna has performed pastime there, na? So we'll go with when spiritual master takes wherever he takes to hell, we'll go to hell also. That is not our concern where to go, whether Dwarka or Mathura. Wherever spiritual master is going, we'll go with him. Because he only will reveal. You know, heaven, hell, he will reveal Golok Vrindavan. Because his vision is like that. And we go like that, even in heaven we'll have hellish experience. So we don't worry about going here there. Tirthayatra Parishrama Kevala Manera Brahma. It's an illusion of the mind. We should not go for pilgrimage. Where spiritual master is going, with him we go. Because he reveals Dham. Wherever he goes, we go. Doesn't matter. Whether South India, Vrindavan, Dwarka. Simple.
So like here is mentioned like Mathura, Vrindavan, and Jagannath Puri, like they are also different like dhams in spiritual world. So like in Jagannath Puri, we have the pastime Lord Jagannath that in the mood of Vrindavan, like gopis are from Kurukshetra.
What is the question?
Question is like in the mood of Vrindavan only, Jagannath Puri. Then what is the difference between Jagannath Puri and then Golok Vrindavan, like exactly Vrindavan? Because
Jagannath Puri is called as what is the word? Double separation dham. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always in separation from Krishna, Radha and his mood. And in that, Jagannath is also not giving darshan for anavasar. After Snan Yatra, he becomes sick. So then Mahaprabhu is in double separation from Krishna. So he goes to Alarnath. So there, that is Dvi Viraha Bhav. So Jagannath Puri is Viraha Kshetra. So that's why purposefully Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arranged through Sachi Mata, instead of going to Vrindavan, he made Jagannath Puri as his headquarter. Because he has come with the mood of Srimati Radharani, that Radharani was feeling separation. So he cannot be in Vrindavan, he has to be in Jagannath Puri, where he can feel separation from Krishna. We don't have to worry about such high level bhav stir. Like that. For us, Vacho Vegam, Manasapurga Vegam, Atyahara Prasasya. But some things are okay, we can try to understand. Many things are beyond my understanding also. Whatever I understood, I am trying to make you understand. Okay, we'll go ahead. 11th, the last verse, which is about the highest glory in the universe and the super excellent position of the one who bathes in Radha Kunda. Please repeat. Krishna Sochai Pranayavasati Preyasibhyo Viradha Kundam Jasya Munibhirabhrista Tadrugeva Eva Vyadhaihi Yat Prishtherapi Alam Asulabham Kim Punarbhakti Bhajam Tat Premedam Sakrudapi Sarahasnatur Avikshkaroti. Of the many objects of favored delight and of all the lovable damsels of Rajabhumi, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most treasured object of Krishna's love. And in every respect, her divine kunda is described by great sages as similarly dear to him. Undoubtedly, Radha Kund is very rarely attained even by the great devotees. Therefore, it is even more difficult for ordinary devotees to attain. If one simply bathes once within those holy waters, one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused. Purport. Why is Radha Kund so exalted? The lake is so exalted because it belongs to Srimati Radharani, who is the most beloved object of Sri Krishna. Among all the gopis, she is the most beloved. Similarly, her lake, Sri Radha Kund, is also described by great sages as the lake that is as dear to Krishna as Radha herself. Indeed, Krishna's love for Radha Kund and Srimati Radharani is the same in all respects. So Radha Kund, Radharani, not different. Liquid Radharani or Krishna Prem liquid in the form of Radha Kund. Radha Kund is very rarely attained. Even the great personalities fully engaged in devotional service, not to speak of ordinary devotees who are only engaged in practice of Vaidhi Bhakti. It is stated that a devotee will at once develop pure love of Krishna in the wake of the gopis, that is in the mood of the gopis, if one once takes a bath in Radha Kund. Srila Rupa Goswami recommends that even if one cannot live permanently on the banks of Radha Kund, he should at least take a bath in the lake as many times as possible. You may underline this if you want. This is a most important item in the execution of devotional service. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in this connection that Sri Radha Kund is the most select place for those interested in advancing their devotional service in the wake of the lady friends, sakhis, and confidential serving maids, manjaris of Srimati Radharani. Living entities who are eager to return home to the transcendental kingdom of God, Kulakrundavan, by means of attaining their spiritual bodies, Siddhadeya, should live at Radha Kund, take shelter of the confidential serving maids of Sri Radha, and under their direction engage constantly in her service. This is the most exalted method for those engaged in devotional service under the protection of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes that even great sages and great devotees like Narada and Sanaka do not get an opportunity to come to Radhakund to take their baths. What then to speak of ordinary devotees? If by great fortune one gets an opportunity to come to Radhakund and bathe even once, he can develop his transcendental love for Krishna, exactly as the gopis did. It is also recommended that one should live on the banks of Radhakund and should be absorbed in the loving service of the Lord. One should bathe there regularly and give up all material conceptions, taking shelter of Sri Radha and her assistant gopis. If one is thus constantly engaged during his lifetime, after giving up the body, he will return back to Godhead to serve Sri Radha in the same way as he contemplated during his life on the banks of Radhakund. The conclusion is that to live on the banks of the Radhakund and to bathe there daily constitute the highest perfection of devotional service. It is difficult position to attain even for great sages and devotees like Narada. Thus there is no limit to the glory of Sri Radhakund. By serving Radhakund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant of Srimati Radharani and the eternal guidance of the gopis. So Radhakund is very exalted, as has been the theme of throughout last three verses. And taking bath in Radhakund is very much recommended by Rupa Goswami. But what happened in around 1975, when Srila Prabhupada brought his foreign disciples to Vrindavan Parikrama, some places, they were going to Gokul Mahavan. Likewise, they went to Govardhan Parikrama. And in the Radhakund, Prabhupada said, so now you can take bath. He described the glories of Radhakund, how so many glories are there. Like you might have heard, nearby to Radhakund, there is Shiva Khor. Shiva Khor means she jackal. So once one she jackal was in trouble because the what you call it, small children of Vrindavan, they were chasing that she jackal with the sticks beating. The she jackal was running here, there. Ultimately found one cave, entered in the cave, thinking that escaped. But then the children of Vrindavan, they put lot of sticks and other things at the mouth of that cave and set it on fire. Now it was all the more trouble. So much of fire flames coming inside, troubling that she jackal and cannot come out because the whole mouth is completely packed in one sense. So that is the escape route, but then while coming out it will burn all the more. So then she understood Radhakund is nearby, so she cried to Radharani, "Oh Radhe, Radhe, Radhe," from the bottom of her heart, core of her heart. When Radharani was there at Radhakund, she heard, "Hey, who is calling me?" In crying, having in trouble. Immediately she told Lalita, "Just go and see who is in trouble, rescue that soul." Then Lalita Devi goes and finds these village children and troubling her, troubling that she jackal. Immediately she chased them away. She put out the fire. She took the she jackal very lovingly out of that hole. Then brought her to Srimati Radharani, in front of Srimati Radharani. As soon as the she jackal saw Srimati Radharani, she bowed down to Srimati Radharani. And as she got up, she was in her gopi's body. And Radharani embraced her and said, "Do not worry. You are part of our group now." So this is the extreme mercy of Srimati Radharani. Very, very compassionate to all the living entities. So Srimati Radharani's mercy is required. And Lalita Sakhi is compared to Guru. Radharani sends Guru to get the conditioned souls. That cave hole is compared to material world. In material world, we are all set ablaze. Samsara Dava Nalavira Loka. We are burning in this forest of material world. And there is no escape. We cannot come out. So that time if we cry out to Radharani, then she will send Guru in our life in the form of Lalita Sakhi, who will rescue us and take us to Srimati Radharani, and we will get our eternal form also. So Radharani's compassion is unlimited. So many pastimes. We already told few. But then Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur also, when they came to Vrindavan, sent by their respective gurus, Narottam Das Thakur Mahasaya by his guru Loknath Goswami and Srinivas Acharya by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. They were sent originally by their gurus to be under Jiva Goswami's tutelage in Vrindavan. He gave them services they were doing, but then they both desired to go for Govardhan Parikrama. When that happened, Jiva Goswami is wondering, I am busy, I am not able to take them. And some better person who has fond love for Govardhan should take them. And that time only Raghav Pandit comes. Raghav Pandit says, I am going for Govardhan Parikrama. Immediately Jiva Goswami requests, would you like to take these two? They are also very eager. He says, yes, why not? So they both accompany Raghav Pandit, who is famous for Vrajamandal Parikrama, particularly Govardhan Parikrama. He takes them and they see Govardhan, so many holy places, pastimes are told by Raghav Pandit, they are very ecstatic. Eventually also they go, this Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. After some time they go themselves and they both are, like what is his name? Gunamanjari or something like that. Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur also some Manjari in Gurukundam. So they have their eternal forms. Then because of that, when they are going around Govardhan Parikrama in their later part, then they hear flute sound, very melodious flute sound, fifth note. They get mesmerized. It is coming from one cave, so they enter in the cave, and in the cave they faint, both fall on the ground. For a long time they are fallen on the ground, and after they get up, then there is boy at the mouth of the cave, and he tells, you have been lying here for a long time. I was concerned, so I came here. And then I am living now. So that was Krishna only. Krishna only played flute, and so many things happened. So sometimes they would see gopis and manjaris, and they would call them, come, you are part of this group. Gopi Bhav Club. Gopi Bhav Club, Gopi Club. So join them. So then they would come and they are Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. And as they are entering Krishna Lila, immediately they transform into ladies. They are gopis, and they take part in the Krishna Lila, and afterwards again they come out, after the Lila is over, they are again Narottam Das Thakur and Srinivas Acharya. So like that, so many pastimes, they participate in Radharani's pastime. And there are hundreds of pastimes. We find Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur gave that famous instruction, whenever you get money, print books on the bank of Radhakund only. For us, Radhakund is the cornerstone laying ceremony kind of. The BBT's foundation stone was laid at Radhakund by Bhaktivedanta Thakur himself. Through Prabhupada, BBT came. Whenever you get money, print books. So Radhakund is very, very divine. So there is some kind of, in 1975, when Prabhupada told his disciples, you take bath in Radhakund, is very holy. He told all the glories of Radharani, Radhakund. So they all took out their clothes, they wore gamchas, and they jumped in the Radhakund. And they started swimming, they started splashing water. They were quite frivolous in their behavior. When Prabhupada saw this, he was very upset, he was very angry. He said, stop it! Come out of the Radhakund. You cannot be doing like this. You are offending Srimati Radharani. And he said, henceforth, nobody will take bath in Radhakund. So it became very grave instruction. So then on, there is a confusion in ISKCON particularly, because Prabhupada said henceforth nobody will take bath in Radhakund. So now what to do? We cannot take bath only. Though Srila Rupa Goswami Path says, so many acharyas have said, that one must take bath at least once in Radhakund. In fact, one should stay on the bank of Radhakund and take daily bath there only, 2 times, 3 times a day. At least, if not possible, at least once in lifetime. So now what to do? So one group says in ISKCON, no. Prabhupada said nobody will take bath. Nobody can take bath. But there are others who say we can take bath. That was because they were frivolous. So that's why it was very, they had to be corrected. So Prabhupada became upset and said, no, henceforth nobody will take bath. So it is not like for all generations nobody should take bath. So they are of that opinion. So one group says nobody should take bath in Radhakund. Other group says we can take bath. It was for them. We have to take bath with all gravity, knowing Radharani and Radhakund is non-different from Radharani. We have to very with sober mood and all take 3 dips and come out. Pray to her for her mercy, etc. So now these 2 divisions exist, 2 parties. So what should we do? Should we take bath or should we not take bath? This depends on your guru with whom you will go to Radhakund. You should not go alone. You should go with your guru. And if guru, after reaching there, if he says, let us take bath, but he will tell this first time definitely, and say, don't be frivolous, don't be sporting, don't be swimming, jumping and all that. With all gravity, sober feelings, enter in Radhakund, knowing that this is Srimati Radharani, not different. Then take 3 days, come out, pay obeisances. Like, so we may take bath. Or if the guru says, no, this is the pastime and nobody should take bath. So take mantra bath, finished. So then take mantra bath, finished. Like that. Got it? Yes or no? But go with your guru. Huh? Don't go alone. Maybe कोई है ही गुरु, मैं ही गुरु, मैं है गुरु. क्योंकि मेरा गुरु पता नहीं परमिशन लेने के लिए, तो मैं ही गुरु. Yes, any question? You all became serious. I think you were already bathing in Radhakund. By hearing that pastime, you are all coming out now and trying your body and wearing dhoti. Yes.
Like Shri Goswami is advising to advance devotees to like live nearby Radhakund or worship Radhakund, take bath there. And at the same time, we can see Prabhupada so much condemn those who go to Radhakund or like this. So how we can understand?
They go with very impure mentality, and they break regulatory principles also. They smoke cigarette, bidi, and they have connection with widows there, illicit connection, sexual connection. So that's why Prabhupada condemns those kind of people. But Prabhupada himself admired very exalted Babajis and others,
So if
sometimes.
some advanced devotee with pure motive go there, Radhakund, so there is like no problem.
So we go with our guru only. We don't go with advanced.
Advanced devotees like
Advanced devotees in ISKCON, they may able to properly appreciate or associate with the Babas there. So not for us, for them. They understand and they are very loyal to Prabhupada. They will not give up lotus feet of Prabhupada. Sometimes such Babajis also speak, अरे क्या आपके बाबाजी आपके प्रभुपाद वो तो सिर्फ वैदिक भक्ति देते हैं. हमारे पास आओ, आपको हम सिद्ध प्रणाली मंत्र देंगे. So once it happened, not Radhakund maybe, somewhere else, so one devotee, disciple Prabhupada, he came to ashram and he was like, so then devotee said, what happened? He said, I went to the Baba, he gave me Siddha Pranali Mantra, he told that I am peacock in Golok. So I better practice here. They are practicing as a peacock. So that is not required. We have to practice Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I just imagine you go to hostel and you do like, so they will feed you some danas. You pick up ko kuch khila. So that is not proper. We have to practice, we have to present ourselves like a sadhaka only. Internally you may relish. And by chanting Hare Krishna, the whole procedure Prabhupada gave so that we can realize our Swarupa in Sampatti Dasha. First we have to do Shravana Dasha, then Varna Desha, Smaranavastha, then Sampatti Dasha. We should not try to go to Baba and try to learn from him. We should not do that.
One more question. Pooji, like yesterday you were mentioning that if somebody is initiated by some spiritual master, he accepted spiritual master, and then he leaves the spiritual master and he goes to other accounts. There is a great offense basically because one should not leave. Like, but if one has not accepted spiritual master, but he is 3-4 years he lived in ISKCON or practiced some devotional service, and then he left ISKCON and went to Radha. So, like, he is also like offending parampara.
If Palena Parichayate, from the result it will be seen. There he will go. Mostly he will have illicit sexual connection with widows and women there. He may also start smoking, and he will not accept anyone's shelter, and he will not have advanced realizations. He will become only pet pujari. He will only go searching for food. All that. So Palena Parichayate. From the result only it can be very easily understood.
Like some devotees, they left ISKCON, they went to Radha.
Mm.
They are following someone, they are chanting 64 rounds or like all those kind.
So what is the use? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not pleased. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jare dekho tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. So what Upadesh of Krishna they are going to people, giving to people? They are only self-centered. Only they are trying to go back to God. And that also all speculative ways. And mostly they will be just smoking all that kind of thing.
So even better than them is one devotee who is living with devotees, trying to serve Father.
Obviously.
Struggling is more.
Goshtyanandi is very dear. Nacha tasman manusheshu kashin me prekritam. There is no more servant dear to me than he who preaches my message to others. So we are not Bhajananandis. And Bhajan also, what Bhajan you will do there? Many times, many women will go there, take bath there with their wet bodies. All their bodies will be visible. So one will fall down there. And there will be enemy widows who will take, one will give shelter. They will be also seeking shelter. And one will have illicit connection with them. So what is the use? So we should not go. We should follow in the footsteps of Guru Parampara authority. Our bhav and all will develop. Why Krishna is saying, Yogakshemam Vahamiham, I preserve what you have and I will carry what you lack, I will provide what you lack. So if you lack bhav, Krishna will provide, na? You take shelter of him. Sarva dharmantariteja maam ekam sharanam praja. Ashralaya bhaje tare Krishna nahi teje. If you take shelter of Krishna, Krishna does not give up you. But how do we take shelter of Krishna? Through acharyas, through devotee, through guru. इससे प्रसाद भगवत प्रसाद हो छाड़िया वैष्णव सेवा निस्तार पाइचे कब you will go to Radhakund and which Vaishnavas you will serve? Smoker Vaishnavas. Those who have illicit sexual connection with widows, with them will have to their service will do. Or this sincere devotees here within ISKCON, or okay, they all agree they are not pure devotees, but they are sincerely practicing in their personal life, and they are preaching also the glories. So many books are distributed, so many people are given prasadam, rath yatras, and temple darshans, preaching Bhagavad Gita, courses. This is all very dear to the Lord. And it is also the premature thing. We are not developed that bhav. He said, na, tishtan vrate, that is asakti stage. Asakti we have not reached, our anarthas are troubling so much. So there will be nice forum for enjoying our anarthas there on the bank of Radhakund. We are not fit to be there. Prabhupada also condemned followers going there. Yes.
Just like in the translation, Prabhupada writes that since the Radhakund is very difficult for ordinary devotees to attain. Just like you're talking about some smokers and all this neophyte devotees who went, how they attain Radhakund? If it is difficult.
Attain means spiritually attain. Whether there is one can stay on the bank of Radhakund and do all these illicit sexual activities, smoking and pet puja, go all around and find out where nice food is available. So that can be done. But to attain Radhakund, for that he has already told. तन्नाम रूप चरितादि सुकीर्तनानु स्मृत्यो क्रमेण रसना मनसि नियोज्य तिष्ठन् व्रजे तदनुरागी जनानुगामी कालम नयेद अखिलम इति उपदेश सारम. So it is not so easy. One has to reach all that atyahar, prayas, everything one has overcome. One is enthusiastic in spiritual activism. He is loving dealings with devotees. He knows how to deal with different varieties of devotees. Then such a person, Sat Krishna Nama Charita Adi Sitapya Vidya. His ignorance is eradicated. He is experiencing so much relish in chanting Hare Krishna. Such a person going to Vrindavan makes sense. But then also under blessings of superiors, Guru. Without that, how can he go? That's why Prabhupada would be very heavy on devotees when they were seen staying in Vrindavan, temple also, our temple, without service. So we should not, our qualification is not there. No? Just imagine some boy, from 11th standard or something, he enters in IIT and he is studying with first year, second year boys. It will be very difficult for him. He has not learned matrices, derivatives, integration. It will be mind-boggling for him. It's not a simple stuff. Those who have gradually gone ahead, taking that elementary knowledge required, all the way up to 10th standard, 11, 12, then when they enter in IIT now, they can assimilate. They also have to work, but okay, possible. They can work hard and understand. Somebody just like that enters there, for him it will be Greek and Latin thing. So similarly, we don't have adhikar. Without adhikar, how can we do that? Just like Dronacharya rejected Ekalavya. He did not have adhikar. And it was seen also. Eventually, he shot 7 arrows in the mouth of the dog. Without knowing who has done, Dronacharya immediately said, this must be job of Kshudra. No Kshatriya or Brahman or Vaishya will do like this. An innocent dog, he is not able to close his mouth, he is not able to speak anything. 7 arrows are in his mouth. So no gentleman will do that. And then sure enough, it was seen, it was Eklavya only. And I think that day I told, no? Krishna himself killed him. Krishna got up one day, went to the forest and killed Eklavya. Because whenever they were under Hastinapur kings, Yudhishthira Maharaj, and they would not pay taxes of this Nishada community. Whenever the soldiers would go to collect taxes, they would throw stones and arrows and all attack, and all the soldiers would run back to Hastinapur. So Krishna only killed Eklavya. So it is not proper for us to have, without adhikar, trying for something. We must have adhikar. We should qualify, and the qualifications are given here. Those who go without qualification, then they end up in a very tragedy. All that. ISKCON devotees also have gone, several hundred. One leader with him, some 200 congregation members, and they have gone and are settled in New Radhakund, trying to chant hundreds of times. It doesn't work that way. It's like mental, sentimental fellow. You may go and we are at Radhakund, and then next very soon the question will come, अभी खाने के लिए क्या? तो इधर भागो उधर भागो ये मंदिर में. You understand? No? Yes, mother.
प्रभु जी, जैसे इसका परपुट तो प्रभुपाद ने लिखा है, जो ये स्टोरी नहीं जानेगा वो केवल ये परपुट पढ़ेगा, तो वो तो यही सोचेगा ना कि हमें बात लेना चाहिए, या फिर इतना ग्लोरीज है इसका,
तो बात लेके आ जाएगा वापस. सो जॉब भी तो है, परिवार भी तो है, वो कौन उधर सेटल होगा वो. अब बोल रहे कि बाहर वाला कोई तो जिसको किताब मिला.
तो जो ISKCON के डिवोटी नहीं है उसके अनुसार तो
he will book his ticket, he will go take bath and come back, and then he'll understand nothing happened. Then he'll come to ISKCON Dhanbad center. बोले वो राधाकुंड जाके स्नान करके कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. तो हम बोले अरे आपने जब करके नहीं गए थे, ये लो माला रोज करो, 1 माला या 16 माला बेस्ट है. मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम को आओ, संडे फीस्ट लेक्चर को आओ, थोड़ा फंड कलेक्शन करो, नित्य सेवा दो, रेगुलर डिवोटी बनो, फिर हमारे साथ यात्रा में चलना, फिर देखो कैसे मजा आएगा. हाँ सही है, उसको तो समझेगा नहीं. लाइक दैट इन इंडिया देयर आर सो मेनी होली प्लेसेस, है कि नहीं? आपके धनबाद पता नहीं, लेकिन बाकी है, इतने सारे पुकुर है, पॉन्ड्स है, इसका ये महत्व, उसका इसमें अगस्त ऋषि ने स्नान किया, ये इसमें ये हुआ, उसमें वो हुआ। तो कितने सारे लोग स्नान करके आते, डुबकी मारते बाहर निकलते हैं, उनका एक मेंटल सेटिस्फेक्शन रखते हैं कि ऑल सिंस आर इरेडिकेटेड। अच्छा हुआ। और बोलेंगे पहले फोटो निकालो कि मैं कुंड में स्नान किया, ऐसे प्रूफ होना चाहिए, सेंड इट ऑन फेसबुक एंड कैसे ऐसे स्नान किया, हम निर्मल आत्मा है, पाप मुक्त। ऐसा नहीं होता भक्ति, इट्स वेरी डीप। Without Krishna's mercy, we cannot get higher realization. Just like in engineering college also, let's say all your IIT and all, you study very nicely and all that, but your teacher is very angry and he is not sanctioning only. So can you get engineering certificate? आपको नहीं मिलेगा, है कि नहीं? And that too on the worst case, even if you are a duffer or something, if they decide, top staff members everywhere, you can get pass, है कि नहीं? वो करेंगे कुछ भी, आपको कर देंगे पास। So we need mercy. We don't have to worry about all that. अब आप ही सब सोचो ना कि आप जाए, आप गए राधा कुंड, मार लिए 10,000 डुबकी मार लिए एक ही दिन में, दूसरे दिन भी मार लो 10,000 डुबकी, या दूसरे दिन ज़्यादा लगेगा आपको थोड़ा 9,990, नहीं से थोड़ा एक एक करके खाओ, बाद में सोचेंगे कुछ इतने दिनों से कुछ हुआ नहीं। आपको लगता है क्या कुछ होगा? अंदर we all know what is our heart status, how much contamination is there, how much attachment to the worldly things is there. So how can with all that garbage we can think of taking bath in Radha Kund and experience divinity, Krishna prem. और आपकी जानकारी के लिए मैं 2 बार उसमें डुबकी मार चुका हूँ। तो अर्थात है राधा रानी हमारी इष्ट देवता है, नो डाउट, बट without hearing we cannot get there. Heart has to be purified, है ना? प्रभु जी भी है शायद, आप दोनों एक फ्लैट ले सकते हैं राधा कुंड के, हम भी आएंगे कभी कभी, लेकिन वैसे नहीं होता। We have to have a qualification, अधिकार। वो without Prabhupada's mercy, without Guru Parampara's mercy, we won't be able to get it. Any other?
I'm just asking for information and, I just that some people are doing that kind of thing. From ISKCON they are going to. So there is Mahanidhi Swami is also there. So he is not about that means Bhajananandi and Goshtanandi. He is Bhajananandi. So he is doing, and some people are taking shelter of him. So what is it right or what?
I don't want to comment about anyone. I want to follow Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas.
He is a disciple of Prabhupada. Yeah?
If one is not following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada made it clear he is not my disciple. That example we already saw. Somebody broke the regulative principles and all that. So one has to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Essence of Diksha is Shiksha. So is he following the instructions of his spiritual master? If he is following, he is initiated disciple of that Guru. So I am not anyone to comment about him, but I want to follow all our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shad Goswamis, Parampara, Prabhupada, my spiritual master, and so many other spiritual masters in ISKCON who are following Srila Prabhupada's teachings. And there are so many others we don't want to comment about them. At least I will never go there and be a part of that group. We are part of ISKCON and we are doing preaching as per Mahaprabhu's order. Jare dekho tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. In fact, Bharat Bhumi Tahila Manusya Janmajar, Janma Satak Kari Kara, Paropaka. We want to go all over the world, not just Radhakund. We want to go all over Boston, America, Europe, South America, North America, Africa, Australia, Japan, China. We have to give Krishna bhakti to everyone. We don't want to be so short-sighted and selfish to just go to Radhakund, have some cottage there and eat nicely and do bhajan like that. Prabhupada in the last days also so sick, he went to London. There was preaching opportunity and devotees said, Prabhupada, don't go, it's very troublesome for your body. Prabhupada went there, so sick, he was not able to speak only. On the dais he was sitting, so somebody else gave class. And Prabhupada had to come back eventually to India. But Prabhupada said, I don't want to die in the camp like a wounded soldier. I want to be dying on the battlefield while fighting. So we have that spirit as Goshtyanandi, following in the holy footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, dedicating ourselves for preaching mission of Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Mangal says, Mora Senapati Bhakta, Jati Papi Chhadi Jai Anya Desh. If some sinful rascal escapes from India and goes to another country, Mora Senapati Bhakta Jai Be Uddhar karke, something like that. My Senapati Bhakta will go and catch him and give him bhakti. You understand? So clear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicting about Srila Prabhupada. Get it what I said? Understood or not?
Yes, understood. But I am say that in our parampara also Babaji is also there. No? Babajis are also there.
But we are basically Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Founder Acharya's position is very important. So founder Acharya has made it clear we are Goshtyanandis. We are not Babaji. So one particular disciple was there. It seems that he was having some disease. So doctor told last 6 months. So he was interested in getting Babaji initiation from Prabhupada. Because last 6 months then he will die. He wanted to do a lot of bhajan and all that as a Babaji. So disciples told Prabhupada that he wants Babaji initiation. Prabhupada said nothing doing. We don't give Babaji initiation. But then said Prabhupada is going to die after 6 months. Doctor has diagnosed some disease something. So he is very much requested. So Prabhupada very reluctantly, I have heard this from Gauram Prabhu. Prabhupada very reluctantly gave him Babaji initiation and he was doing something like that. But it seems after 6 months he did not die also. So Prabhupada very reluctantly gave him. Prabhupada was not happy giving that initiation. So Prabhupada's mood is very clear. And we are not Babajis. Other Babajis like Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj and Jagannath Babaji, they are very special. They also inspired other Goshtyanandis to preach, just like Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, he inspired Bhaktivinoda Thakur to preach. Similarly, Jagannath Babaji Maharaj told small Bimla Prasad in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house in Swanand Sukat Gotrum Deep that they would daily meet 4 of them. Jagannath Babaji Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, small boy, little grown, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, 4 acharyas. So there Jagannath Babaji Maharaj told him that you should make Vaishnava Panchang, almanac. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because he was astrology, he knew properly, Surya Siddhanta and all. So he designed this Vaishnava Panchang, what we have, calendar. So we are Goshtyanandis, we are not so much bhajan. Within Goshtyanandi there is Bhajananandi. So we take pleasure in bhajan, but we don't so much worry about exclusive bhajan at the cost of preaching. That means giving up preaching. We don't want to. Choice is left to oneself, and then one can say Palena Parichaya, as I said. How many Babajis who went there and what was the result? Max maybe they might have gone back to Bhadet. Did they help anybody to go back to Bhadet? Mostly not. So what would you like to do? Only you would like to be self-centered and just purify yourself there and go back to Bhadet? That also is doubtful only whether you will go back to Bhadet. You will go back home to your hometown, back to hometown, most likely. क्योंकि अरे भक्तों का संग छोड़ के चले गए धनबाद से, वापस वहाँ का धनबाद जाऊंगा तो वो क्या सोचेंगे, अरे क्या प्रभु राधा कुंड में हुआ है नहीं क्या, तो वहाँ पे मुंह दिखाने के लायक नहीं रहा और राधा कुंड में कुछ हो नहीं रहा, तो चलो मैं अपने होम टाउन ही चला जाता हूँ. So, but let us go all over the world and preach and take Radha Kund and establish everywhere. And many of the acharyas have not gone to Vrindavan at all. Gadadhar Pandit, did he ever go to Vrindavan? Never. Forget about Radha Kund. Never. No entry only in Vrindavan. Srivas Thakur, did he go? Who else? Sarup Damodar Goswami, did he go? You understand?
Haridas Thakur.
Yeah, Haridas Thakur also never went to Vrindavan. So we have to follow our acharyas. We go, if our guru takes us there, we go. Wherever he takes, we go anyway. Doesn't matter, just Vrindavan.
Isn't serving Radha Kund, just like someone going there for visit, how can someone serve Radha Kund? Like a chain.
We can sing the glories of Srimati Radharani. You can have class there. We can do kirtan. We can sing this song, Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan. We can do cleaning of Radha Kund. I don't know how frequently, but they clean Radha Kund also. But certainly it's a very huge thing. It's not like one, two people can do. The whole water will be removed, that Kangan Kund and all. Then Kangan Kund's photos can be obtained. Otherwise nobody can see Kangan because it is at the bottom of Radha Kund. And then we can do so many things like that. We can sweep the area around all the whatever the people have thrown, plastic, this, that, we can remove that. We can tell the glories of Radha Kund to all the people all over the world. Just like I am telling you the glories. So like that we can do. Unlimited ways are there of serving.
So for pure devotees also, these verses of staying in Radha Kund is for Bhajananandis.
You only see na, in our parampara. You have entire parampara here. Of the 6 Goswamis who was on the bank of Radha Kund, Raghunath Das Goswami. Alone. Jiva Goswami was in Radha Damodar temple, Seva Kunj. Rupa Goswami was in that temple, Govinda temple. And so none of the other 5 were also on the bank of Radha Kund. The other 5 Goswamis never took daily bath in Radha Kund. They were in different parts of the Vrindavan. Similarly, of the 4 acharyas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was, when he visited Vrindavan, particularly Radha Kund, he was so ecstatic. He built kutir on the bank of Radha Kund only. How many of you visited? No? If you have gone to Radha Kund, little bit inside the lane is there. So he was ecstatic and he made a plan, whole life I will stay here only. He wrote that song. Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutir. In that I heard he say, Ye sab chodata kahi nahi jao. Ye sab chodata paran harao. ये सब छोड़ के मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा, राधा कुंड के तट पे रहूंगा. यहाँ से जाएगी तो मेरी लाश ही जाएगी. ये सब छोड़ो तो प्राण हराऊं, प्राण छोड़ के ही जाएगा, मेरा डेड बॉडी जाएगा, तो मैं यहीं पे रहूंगा राधा कुंड. इतना एक्सेसिव है सॉन्ग है, वी कैन सिंग. Then what happened after he wrote this song? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in his dream. Radhe Kedarnath Babu, you have made very nice plan of settling on the bank of Radha Kund. You have nice house and you are writing song. But what about my holy place, Navadvip? You have to go there and do so much work is there. You can get out of here. Go to Navadvip. So, अपना बोरे बिस्तर बांध के अर्थात वो सॉन्ग की कॉपीज बांटे भक्तिनाथ ठाकुर ने सबके लिए, लेकिन वो आ गए नवद्वीप में. एंड देन ही सर्च्ड आउट योगपीठ, पूरा रिसर्च किया उन्होंने, वेयर इज द बर्थ प्लेस ऑफ महाप्रभु. देयर वाज लॉट ऑफ एम्बिग्युइटी. So then he ultimately got Jagannath Maharaj, and he said, "Yahi to Nimair Janmasthan." He was expressed. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur built very nice temple, Yogpit, was Mahaprabhu's birthplace. So you can see how Mahaprabhu is. So this pastime makes it more clear, isn't it? Even Acharya like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Kamal Manjari, who got house also there. हमें से किसको पैसा है क्या हाउस लेने के लिए? And डिजायर लॉर्ड सॉन्ग, पूरा बोल्ड डिक्लेरेशन होल वर्ल्ड को सॉन्ग के द्वारा, ये सब छोड़ता कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा, ये छोड़ के जाऊंगा ही नहीं किधर. तो उनको बोले चलो भाई नवद्वीप में आओ, अपनी सेवा इधर मेरे लिए दो, है कि नहीं. तो वुड यू लाइक टू फॉलो भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर और सम अदर बाबा जी?
This like Nectar instruction, we say that it is the sum and substance of all do's and don'ts, or so like preaching all over the world, etc. Rupa Goswami also did not stay to Radha Kund. So how is this like determined instruction ending with these 2 verses?
Because this is topmost, na. This should be done on mental platform, and in life one should, those who are on that level, especially instructed by the spiritual master, they can go and they can stay also there. They can take daily many baths and the whole life they can spend like that. If not, at least once one can take bath. That is the recommendation. But at one bath also, because of that pastime of Prabhupada disciple, that became 2 parties and all that I already told. But our spiritual master allows. Like I went with His Holiness Radharani Maharaj in 1997 when I was student only, 3rd year student. So that time His Holiness Radharani Maharaj, when we reached Radha Kund, we were doing Govardhan Parikrama. We reached evening 7 o'clock around, little dark. So Maharaj gave lecture, that is Radha Kund, glories of Radha Kund, and then he said this pastime. He said after this pastime, then devotees have this and this. But will take bath, but be very sober. Don't be frivolous. Because of the frivolity, Prabhupada banned taking bath from Radha. So don't be frivolous. This is Radharani, non different from Radharani. With all sober thing, do mantra bath, then enter, take 3 dips, and come out. Don't swim, don't play around. So we all took very sober bath. I took bath in 1997 itself. When I was how much? Hardly 19-year-old. So that is not a problem. Again, what was the question?
I just wanted that nectar instruction.
So this is the highest. So what we should do, at least once in life maybe we may take bath there with Guru. And apart from that, in the mind we can always be residing on the bank of Radhapur. Vishay Shadiya Kabhi Shuddha Have Man. When you get, you are not attached to the sense objects, then your mind is very pure, then your heart will become Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan also on the bank of Radhakund, as we saw all that hierarchy. We should remember Radhakund always. So such pure devotee may keep photo of Radhakund in their house, room, temple, whatever it is. The place where they stay, kind of. They may carry personally also. But otherwise in the mind, Radhakund is always revealed to them. They have fond love for Radhakund. Prabhupada himself left Radha Damodar temple, went all over the world to preach the glories of Vrindavan. He did not worry about being on the bank of Radhakund and just keep taking baths. And Prabhupada wanted to give holy name Krishna to everyone in the creation. Radharani's glories. Just imagine if Prabhupada would have from Radha Damodar temple gone to Radhakund, keep taking bath, never went to America, no ISKCON. What would any one of us ever think of Radhakund? उधर फ्लैट लेकर रहना और मधुकरी करना तो दूर की बात है कि नहीं? हम कौन से कुंड में रहते थे? मैं तो नरक कुंड में रहता था. So there's no question of, understand? How many of us would have been going to Radhakund in life if ISKCON was not there, Prabhupada was not there? So what Prabhupada's sacrifice gave to us, we are benefiting. So we should give that same benefit to others in the world. Simple, isn't it? But we are not denied from going to Radhakund. We can go, we can take bath with Guru Maharaj. That is all okay. But once in life or something, that is okay. We cannot be so selfish as to, be just staying there only and all that. That is just not allowed. Prabhupada would be very heavy about it. Even as brahmacharis, we give up everything, job, money, everything, and stay in temple. But in temple also, ultimately we are told go out and preach. Like person like me, I cannot say okay, Vrindavan Chandra के चरणों में रह के दिन रात उधर ही रहता हूँ. नहीं, they will say get out of here, go and preach this message, tell about us to everyone. Don't be a sense gratifier in a spiritual sense, isn't it? Got it, no? So preaching is the essence. We have preachers. For our personal purification with the devotees, we will definitely go to Vrindavan with Guru Maharaj and relish it once in for a fortnight in a year, Kartik month, something like that. And that Vrindavan then will spread all throughout for remaining 350 days to everyone in Dhanbad or whatever, Bihar, Jharkhand, India, all over the world. And again after 1 year or something in Kartik, we can again go with Guru Maharaj wherever he takes us. Isn't it? Get charged and use. Just like our mobile we charge and then we use it for calls, this, that. And then खाली charge करके रखा है उसको, switch off करके. What is the point? We have to be selfless also. Any other question?
Just like you said that one can take the permission of his authorities, and then when he is advanced, in the last times he can go to Radhakund. So are there any cases like that in ISKCON? That in last time someone...
No, I did not say that one should take permission of his superior. If it is they instruct us like that, then we may do. On our own, we don't take the permission and keep going. Prabhupada, the best example, no? Prabhupada said, so you all are young now, work very hard, preach, spread Krishna consciousness. When you become old, then you come to our Vrindavan, Mayapur temples, and last days, just do Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting, etc. Then Tamakrishna Maharaj asked, but Prabhupada, you are not doing that. Are you not old? Prabhupada said, no, I am not old, I am young. Then they said, we'll also never become old. We'll also till last breath we'll keep preaching only. Preach this message to one and all. But we go certainly to Navadip, Mayapur, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, and with our spiritual master, with our superiors, and get nourished. But then after that what? Now I will ask you, you just imagine that you are on the bank of Radhakund, 5 years are over. 5 years you have been there on the bank of Radhakund. How do you see yourself? क्या कर रहे होंगे आप? दिन भर वही सोच रहे होंगे कि उधर वो अच्छा चना मिला था मधुकरी में, आज उधर जाओ क्या चना ही होगा ना, कुछ और होगा. You understand ना? अपना अन्नमय कोश, at least I am talking about myself, अन्नमय कोश, खाने का विचार पहले, फिर सोने का, सोऊंगा किधर? इधर गर्मी बहुत है राधाकुंड में, पानी के अंदर डुबकी मार के तो नहीं रह सकता. सब eating, sleeping, waiting, depending के thought. So what qualification to be there on Radhakund? At least I don't think myself to be qualified to be there. Maybe you are very qualified. I don't know. We are very happy in Pune at the lotus feet of Radha Chandra and going around all India or wherever to preach. I am more ecstatic to tell you here the glories of Radhakund than personally go there and keep bathing 3 times, 4 times a day. First, now let us practice Vaidhi Sadhan Bhakti, Atyana Prayas, ये सब है अपने problems. After this class, when sweets are offered, Mahaprasad unlimitedly, बहुत लेके बहुत सो जाएंगे. We have to be practical. Any other? After so much discussion, I think nobody will ask. Cancel. Rather could plan cancel. Don't worry. Krishna will provide. Whatever is required, he is providing. We should have faith. Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Pratam. If I only perform devotional service, everything is achieved. I don't have to worry separately to do this, to that. Nothing. That insecurity should not be there. Isn't it? It's only Sravana Swami Maharaj, as he said, the real security is faith in Krishna. So Krishna has said, you just surrender to me and I will take care of all your needs. Okay, so we'll end here. So in short, what we saw, just in summary, first was Vacho Vegam Manasa Krodha Vegam, one who controls all the 6 urges. He can make disciples all over the world. So all the details Prabhupada gives about each figure. Then Atyahara Prayasasya Prajalo, 6 things which are unfavorable for devotional service. They are very dangerous. Shadvir Bhaktir Vinashati. Krishna consciousness will be destroyed. So one should be careful. Then third, Shadvir Bhakti Prasiddhati. 6 things are very favorable. Utsaha, Nisha, confidence, patience, and Tattat Karma Bhavatana. Then fourth, loving dealings between devotees through accepting gifts and offering gifts. Then confidentially revealing mind, hearing others reveal their mind in confidence, and accepting prasad, giving prasad. Then fifth one is about how Matimadhikari deals with other devotees. In the mind he offers obeisances to Kanishadhikari. Those who are actually initiated or spiritual initiation, he physically also pays obeisances. Those who are pure devotees, who are free from fault finding tendency, their association he aspires, service also to them. Then sixth one, how one should not see devotee, pure devotee, because of his material conception, bodily concept of life, with some material vision. 7 types of mistakes or faults one may commit mistakes. Subjecting him to disciplinary action, advising him, or seeing bodily defects, diseased body, infirm body, his caste, nationality, that should not be done. And 7th one is because of avidya, of the jaundice of avidya, we have no test for chanting. But if we go on chanting every day, anudinam, with respect, and adarat, then the test will develop slowly, just like sugar cane juice. Holy name, holy fame of the Lord is like juice. And 8th is the essence of all essence, we discussed also, residing in Vrindavan, always chanting, hearing, etc. And chanting, hearing, smrutyo kramena, then the remembrance of the Lord will come. Then 9th one is 9th, 10th, 11th anyway about Radhakund. About the places better than Vaikuntha is Mathura, better than Mathura. In Mathura, Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, Govardhan Hill, and in that Radhakund. And then Karmis, Gyanis, Bhaktas, Param Bhaktas, and in that Gopis and topmost Srimati Radharani. And then 10th again, 11th again, about Radhakund and her Kund. Very dear to Krishna, Radhakund, one should bathe there and get love of Krishna that she has for Krishna. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you all very much. Very grateful to His Grace Damodar going through and all of you for inviting me here. I was very eager to come to IIT Nanda otherwise because so many of you came for camps. I never knew. I thought, okay, let's go at least one. It's a nice opportunity. And I like also NOI. Going through the text again and again, trying to refine our Krishna conscious practices. So very grateful to you all. And in case in the course of discussion any offense happened, I felt bad, please forgive me. That was not to hurt you. That is just to present the Acharya's opinions, their instructions as they are. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Upadeshamrit ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Samaveta Gauravakta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, this is really our great fortune, Dhanbad, coal capital, and having such a wonderful devotee, such a senior devotee here visiting to all of us. From last few days, I'm seeing as if some festival is going on in voice. 6 hours of classes and everyone with rapt attention, continuously hearing. And other times also during Prasadam time, devotees are continuously discussing. And anyone who is coming to meet me, Prabhuji, today Prabhuji said this, Prabhuji said this. And I was so happy to hear everyone was so Krishna conscious. And we, in our Krishna consciousness, we grew hearing Prabhuji's lectures. In those days, our Sankalpa, Nishtha, Utkarsha, everything, Prabhuji's presence was very much needed, and we really heard. I still remember the first lecture I heard from Prabhuji was rising from fear to love. Fear, desire, duty, love that we heard in Kharagpur voice Prabhuji was giving, and I made beautiful notes, and many of the points I keep on repeating till date in my camps, when I take camps. So Prabhuji was preaching in NIT Warangal, and devotees of NIT Warangal were not getting tired glorifying Prabhuji in our whenever we used to sit together for prasadam and all, and devotee was sharing how when some devotee is sleeping and he is late to come to morning program or something, Prabhuji will personally go. Even though saffron devotee is the senior devotee, he would go to so junior person and he will start massaging his feet. And that devotee will feel so ashamed and he will immediately jump and run for morning program. So Prabhuji has won the heart of Radheshyam Prabhu. You might be seeing the glimpses of Radheshyam Prabhu's mood in his lecture. Like, no, Radheshyam Prabhu Manobhishtam. Prabhuji has exactly caught the mood of Prabhuji, and so many pastimes of Maharaj and Radheshyam Prabhu, and making this whole nectar of instruction so interesting. My Bhakti Shastri, I attended Ramanand Prabhu that time, that was also very nice, but this time all devotees were regularly coming and sharing the nectar. I was really feeling very inspired, but somehow I couldn't come to it in all the classes. But Prabhuji's presence we made our whole ISKCON Dhanbad very, very vibrant. Did you all like it? Do you want Prabhuji to visit every year? Prabhuji, they want. So even though we may not have other courses or whatever, but if you can make just 2-3 days visit like that.
I have told him whenever I come to NIT Raurkela or IIT BHU,
We will plan out that.
he should be in touch.
Yeah. So we are very thankful to Prabhuji for giving his wonderful association and making us so Krishna conscious. Let us thank him from the core of our heart while 3 times loudly chanting. We would like to offer a small token of gratitude from our ISKCON members.
Is it NY?
Does
it look like a book? Oh.
So Prabhuji is leaving today afternoon. So Sumitru was telling me that Prabhuji has asked if anybody has any question, they can personally come and meet. So I hope, how many of you personally could meet personally Prabhuji? Good, very nice. So today afternoon Prabhuji is leaving. If somebody is having burning, pressing, and you just cannot remain without asking. If you have some question like that, so till what time is it leaving? 2:30 Prabhuji is leaving. So before that you can go and wait for some time. You can contact through Sumit Bro. Then he will allot you some time and then you can personally. Thank you so much.
Because of you, they all are flourishing in this.